The following video is brought to you by the guys at the Wrecking and Racing Podcast, a NASCAR podcast made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at www.wreckingandracing.com, facebook.com/wreckingandracing, and Twitter at Wrecking and Racing. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season, the 2019 mod highlights, and these are the highlights from the Roval. 11 laps, and as you can see, we hopped the curb, did not get a good start. That will put Brad Keselowski out front. There's Brandon in that wreckingandracing.com podcast Toyota as Kyle Busch passes us, and we go into turn 3 here, side by side, and it's a cluster. Coming to lap 3, Brandon gets on the brakes just a little bit, slides the nose, but is no worse for the wear and continues on. Lap 5 heading into the backstretch bus stop. Brandon hops the curb a bit, nearly clips the tires, gets out of shape, but once again no worse for the wear and gets back up to speed. On lap 6, Kyle Busch gets a monstrous run going into the bus stop. Brad does not exit cleanly, and Kyle gets that inside line and will beat Brad into NASCAR 3 and 4 and get the easy approach into the chicane on the front stretch. So put Kyle Busch up front in the lead. Myself is still running in 3rd, Brandon still running in 4th. Lap 8, I realize that I do not have 3rd gear, so getting up to speed on the banking is going to be tough for the final few laps going from 2nd to 4th gear. I'll just have to hang on until the finish. Lap 10, due to my inability to put the power down in 3rd gear, Clint Bowyer gets a run going into the bus stop. But all is not done as I brake and Brandon gets it slowed down just in time, a little touch on the back bumper. We both continue, and I get the whole shot on Clint Bowyer trying to get under it. White flag is out. Kurt Busch on the outside of Brandon making a charge. I lock up going into turn 1, allowing Kurt Busch to get a nose to the inside. I drive hard into the next turn, however, and sort of pinch him off, take his line away. I get the drive off thanks to still having 2nd gear. But coming up big in the last race of round 1, Kyle Busch will cross lap 11 and win the Roval. Brad Keselowski in 2nd, Clint Bowyer 3rd, myself in 4th. Kurt Busch comes home in 5th, Brandon comes home in 6th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. comes home in 7th. 8th place, Aric Almirola. 9th place, Austin Dillon. And rounding out your top 10 is Jimmie Johnson. Let's go ahead and see where everyone finished in the championship standings goes. Starting with the top, Kurt Busch is in 5th. Brad Keselowski finished 2nd. Austin Dillon finished 9th. Kevin Harvick finished 21st. Aric Almirola finished in 8th. Denny Hamlin finishes 14th. Ryan Blaney finishes 11th. Clint Bowyer finishes in 3rd. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 7th. Kyle Busch was your winner. Paul Menard finishes a dismal 33rd. Joey Logano finishes 15th. Brandon finishes up in 6th. Myself in 4th. And the last of your championship 16 is Jimmie Johnson in 10th. So let's take a look at the standings after Charlotte. Kurt Busch is your cutoff driver. Clint Bowyer, Austin Dillon, Paul Menard, and Kevin Harvick do not move on to the round of 12 with myself, Keselowski, and Kyle Busch, the 3 winners of the round of 16. Let's reset the points, add up our bonus points, and see who the cutoff driver is after Charlotte. Ryan Blaney is now sitting in 8th. Jimmie Johnson, Ricky Stenhouse, Denny Hamlin, and Joey Logano are on the outside looking in with 3 races in the next round. We have Dover, we have Talladega, and we have Kansas. And anything can happen in any of those tracks, so stay tuned next week for Dover. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next NASCAR Racing 2003 season video. Take care.